The Copper Age has officially had its second pre-release, and if you're curious as to how long it takes to go to actual release, usually between 1 and 2 weeks, which perfectly lines up with the Minecraft Live theory. And speaking of Minecraft Live, Minecraft actually posted a TikTok where they confirmed the first 2 guests. It looks like it's Shovel, Mogswamp, and then seemingly the Copper Golem, and then interestingly, a few hours later, posted this confirming even more. And so at Minecraft Live, presenting in some capacity is going to be Shovels, then Mogswamp, then Tubbo, then Shadown, and then Aimsy. These last 2 people you might not have heard of because Shadown primarily makes French language content, despite living in Spain, interestingly. And then also we have Aimsy, who does not seem to make Minecraft content. Maybe they stream it instead, and also has quit YouTube at time of recording. This is an interesting batch of creators for sure then, but what are they actually going to be doing at Minecraft Live? And interestingly, we've seen a few of them post various shots around the office, but Shadown shares a direct photo of him with Jeb, and I love that Jeb has the same face in every selfie he takes, where he's like, why am I here? I don't know what's happening. But this is proof that there's going to be interaction between them and the developers, something backed up by the Minecraft Live official announcement, where they said that yes, they'll be updating vanilla Minecraft with multiple game drops per year, including that yet to be unannounced one, but also there's going to be some fresh info from developers, some secrets if you will, but afterwards there's going to be a deep dig after show where the developers and guests show off the new features, often resulting in chaos. This reads as confirmation to me that something in this game drop is quite multiplayer focused, and so is it just going to be a new mob? It seems unlikely. There's going to be some mechanic that works so well in multiplayer that they decided to bring in people who professionally play multiplayer, that is to say YouTubers and streamers, which is very, very interesting. Last Minecraft Live, they did have a couple of people from the Minecraft movie, but this is of course a huge change from that, and so something fascinating to keep in mind. That is the only thing Mojang has officially given us, the guests and the fact that there is some tie into the multiplayer there, but what we've seen hinted again and again on social media seems to be something to do with dolphins, fish, or the ocean. And what's interesting is the fact that given that the Copper Golem came in this drop as a mob vote loser, Void Slayer says they could add the crab and the squid thing from the very first mob vote in this new ocean update. And I've got to say, I don't think this is confirmed by any means, but I would say that the crab probably is now at the top of the most likely mobs to come in this update, because we know that they're excited to add those mob vote losers. Now there's no more mob votes, and so would this be the perfect update for the crab? Maybe, but we also have this comment from Streaky Baker Man where they say, I think it's obvious why they are making all of these references to the ocean. What do you find in the ocean? Islands. What's the most famous island right now? Epstein Island. In the next update, Mojang will release the Epstein files, and okay, that's got the right number of upvotes, then I guess I'll leave that in the video. But it is interesting to note, based on the number of people who have been saying stuff about end islands and stuff, is that obviously it's very easy to draw any conclusion if you're willing to make a stretch. I mean, look at this, for example.
The front, stunning. The back, gorgeous. The side, beautiful. The top, amazing. The bottom, perfect. From far away, glorious. Close up, even better.
Minecraft pig update, or if you want to go even further, you could say water pig update. I've always thought that before seahorses, we really need sea pigs. We also have this fun image of Steve roaming around the offices before saying Minecraft Live. I think that sometimes Minecraft just does weird things on social media, and honestly, a part of me starts to think, is it possible that they are just messing with us by posting all those ocean things? At Minecraft Live next week this time, we're gonna find out if we're idiots for thinking that Nautilus means anything to do with the oceans, but for now, all we know is that the people who agreed to be included in Minecraft Live were not so distraught with the features they saw that they decided to have their face removed from all the marketing, and so that is some good news, right? I mean, it's not terrible, and it probably is even quite good. That's my crazy guess. But yeah, I will have to say that if you want my final big predictions, a lot of people have been asking for those, I'll make sure we get to those after we go through the news, because this is Q&A Sassy after all, and here's something fun you might not have realized in the latest preview, because it wasn't mentioned. There are brand new All UI screens, which means that the accessibility settings are now in their own dedicated menu, one that presumably won't cause epilepsy, and which looks much, much nicer, and the same is also true for language, something you also... Honestly, I don't think I've ever seen the language options for Minecraft, but they look really nice like this. My only regret is that you can't have pirate speak or cat speak or any of those other silly languages, which is an interesting difference between Bedrock and Java. It used to be your language for Bedrock could only be set via your console or your system, so it's interesting to see this this here. And it's also interesting to see that there's English UK and English US, but no English Australia, New Zealand, or Canada like there is on Java. Are those people, French people in Canada get their own language? Why not English people? I doubt anyone actually cares. But do you know what people do care about? According to Anro McFlanagan, why are UK houses so bad? And I'll answer that at the same time as I go into Eularian's question, why don't you play with vibrant visuals turned on? Because I do have vibrant visuals turned on right here, you might notice, but usually only when I'm playing in the preview. When I play Minecraft non-preview edition, you'll notice that I rarely have vibrant visuals, and so why is that? The simplest answer is that it doesn't work perfectly, and as someone, I know this is crazy as someone who does sell add-ons for, like a decent part of my living, but I don't play my long-term survival world with add-ons. I think add-ons are a fun thing to add to a world, but to my long-term survival world, I've got quite a, what you might call Minecraft conservative attitude. I'm not going to put things on, I didn't upgrade to the Xbox One edition for over a year after it came out, even though it was better in every single way, and Vibrant Visuals is technically not better in every single way. Right now it looks really good, but if we go into this cave, it's kind of ugly. It's hard to see what's in there until the game adjusts, and, ultimately, I think that the fact that I get a worse experience from it, even if it's only sometimes, means that the better experience other times isn't worth it. I like my Minecraft being predictable, and so I'm hoping that the improvements they're making, like they did this week, if you haven't seen, by the way, they changed the end. Here is what the end looks like, but here's what the end looked like before, and here is what the end looks like now. They are making lots of changes to bring Minecraft's vibrant visuals closer to vanilla, which makes sense. If they want everyone to use it, Java players included, it needs to feel a bit closer to the default. By the way, I wanted to respond to Anro McFlanagan's comment about why UK houses are so busted, and I was hoping to show you a tour around my house. If you don't know, I built it in my creative Minecraft world. It's actually surprisingly good of a replication, but I thought I built my new house, the one that he's complaining about being so busted, and I think, honestly, the best explanation for why UK houses are so busted, because I used to live in a 200-year-old house that was surprisingly functional, and now I live in a 40-year-old house that has all sorts of odd issues, and I think that, simply put, it's that most people treat a home as a giant asset, and no one wants to pour money into an asset because it's not going to be money you can take out soon, and so based on the number of people I've heard about selling their car or their houses, they wait until something breaks and then they try to get rid of it. And so when you're buying something, it's common, especially when people know they'll get more money, for people to try and hide something that's broken that they don't want to deal with, which maybe is a bad thing for society as a whole, but it means you get a little bit more money personally. Speaking of getting some more money personally, all of this talk from Mojang about accessibility, but still no subtitles on Bedrock, and I've got to say, Mojang are doing a big job on accessibility, but they're missing by far the biggest and most accessible feature. Like, sure, I could argue that the most important parity feature is, of course, offhand, which maybe has some, accessibility concerns, but the biggest thing they can actually do to help accessible people, rather than saying they're helping or avoiding a lawsuit, would be subtitles. Please, Mojang, if you can hear anything that I'm saying, this would be the most important thing. Although, actually, if I'm being entirely honest, the bug that I would pick at the top of my list would be the fact that when you go into creative, it doesn't turn cheats on by default, even though you're in creative mode. You're literally cheating. Why wouldn't cheats be on? Why can't I move the weather, but I can have an infinite number of diamond blocks? But yeah, some people would say, like Trash Panda, does anyone else get the painting problem? Some people would say this is the biggest problem in Minecraft right now, and I've had so many comments about it, but what is the painting problem? Well, if you place down a painting right now, and you hang out anywhere near it, it will destroy itself and you'll have to replace it. It is very annoying, and the fix for it is in 1.21.110, which just so happens to be the copper age drop, and so to come all the way back round to full circle from the center of the video, that will be coming out somewhere in the next couple of weeks. But yeah, speaking of the next couple of weeks, I want to respond to some fun comments from last week's Q&A. What? A car train? So there's no roads to drive under the tunnel to Europe? This is a very car-brained comment, but I'm going to respond to it genuinely and say yes, the only link between the British Isles and mainland Europe is via a single tunnel, which only takes trains. Having a car tunnel over that length is ridiculously hard, requires so many extra sources of security, and also, if you think about it, the priorities in Europe are much more towards a train that can go from London to Paris in 2 hours, as opposed to a motorway that would go from London to Paris in 4.5 or 5. People value their time slightly more here, at least when it comes to high-speed rail, and so that's why I drove my car onto a train for the sake of last week's Q&A Saturday. Speaking of last week's Q&A Saturday, since then I put out a Let's Play, and in it I spoke about not selling to private equity, and Felipe says I always unsubscribe if channels are bought out because private equity owned channels are dead to me. This is part of why many channels hide the fact that they've sold and why many people didn't realize, but also the people that you would harm by making it like entirely undoable for private equity to buy channels would be the YouTubers themselves. It's a normal part of many businesses that at some point you sell. If you run a convenience store, your customers don't say, "You're dead to me if you sell out to Sainsbury's." Maybe they should, you could argue, but it is something that limits the exit possibility for the people who made the business. And Guk Fugul makes a very fun comment, which is that many people sell out and get stuck in the hamster wheel of sorts. They upgrade their lifestyle as if the amount of money they're getting will never go down. This is my pro tip for anyone who works on anything internet or fame or whatever related. The amount of money you get right now is a big bonus, especially if it's for selling something, but it is not guaranteed for the rest of your life. Most people, if you start earning 40k a year, that's now the minimum you should earn for the rest of your life. But if you start earning 40k a year on YouTube, the next year might be 20. The next year you might be homeless. You've got to have a much higher savings ratio on YouTube, just like if you win the lottery or something, because ultimately that's kind of what you've done and kind of what I feel like has happened here. Yeah, speaking of winning the lottery, Virtual Valkov leaves a very nice comment here saying, "Very creative challenge, hope you do more on my Sky Glue short to promote the part 2, which I am in fact working on right now." We just got lava in Sky Glue and I'm so amazed that we managed to do that. I'm very excited for the recap video, and it's been a fun creative experience working on different concepts to kind of like show. I am starting to have fun with the survival playthrough videos, just kind of realizing like, you know, I might as well have some fun with it. Speaking of having fun with it, I said that at the end of this video I would give you my Minecraft Live predictions because I will not have a Q&A Saturday next weekend unless something very confusing happens, and so let's go into my last kind of big predictions for Minecraft Live. The safe bets, I think we'll go into 5 right now. Bet number 1 is that the Copper Age is going to feature, and I'm going to go further and say they're not just going to say it's coming out on Tuesday or Monday or as soon as possible. I think they are going to say that the Copper Age drop is going to have a brand new feature they haven't revealed, probably new music, maybe a new music disc. It's going to have some reason for them to announce an update that they know most of the community already knows about. I think that YouTubers are going to feature very little in the main show, but instead the post-show is going to be where they mostly shine, because during the main show they're going to talk about the next drop, and it's going to be Jeb talking about classic features like before, presumably with Lady Agnes joining in and someone else from the relevant gameplay team, maybe Olraf, maybe someone like that. I think that's what's going to happen at Minecraft Live. A lot of developers talking about the things that they love, and then if I had to kind of go another step further to make another prediction, I think we're going to see Minecraft announce their next spin-off project. Super Mario just had their Super Mario Galaxy movie announcement. I think that a Minecraft movie sequel is probably too soon, but having some like hint that they're making something else definitely is going to come, and I think that's 4 predictions so far. So for a 5th, I'm going to go ahead and say it's going to be the best Minecraft Live in the new format yet. I think that partially because they've had 3 of them and hopefully they're getting better each time, but also because we've seen they've got special guests back like was fun from the past. We've seen that they're putting a lot of effort and they're going to have some features shown off from the new drop, the old drop. We know that they're going to try and approach different audiences. They're going to keep things tight while also having these fun moments, and hopefully while having a fun reveal of something multiplayer related, multiplayer enough at least that they're deciding to show it off with a bunch of special guests. I think that this is going to be a very decent show, and I'm excited for you to see how well it flows in the stream, which we'll be doing next Saturday. So yeah, make sure you go check it out. I know for a lot of people this is like the Minecraft Super Bowl or whatever, so you can come and watch it in lots of different sources on the internet, but I would of course love it if you came and joined me via my stream here on this channel. And yeah, something else that I should mention is, I guess, if it's the Minecraft Super Bowl, I'm going to assume that you're watching it with me, but just like a lot of people, like I don't watch the Super Bowl. I get confused every year when I hear that the Eagles have just beaten the Buccaneers. Like, I haven't heard of either of those teams. But yeah, if you want to see the results after, you know, the kind of summarization, I'll also presumably be uploading a video if we get an interesting reveal of an update. So stay tuned next Saturday because it's Minecraft Day, as I'm calling it, and no one else is. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you next week. Goodbye. Super Bowl date. Oh, it's not for a while. We've already had this year's Super Bowl. Who won? It was the Eagles. I thought they were I have a Philadelphia Eagles shirt. I was 1000% sure that was a baseball team. Okay, this doesn't need to go anywhere. I'm just talking at this point.